I uploaded a video to YouTube every single day for 1 month, and this is what I learned. So my name's Jack, and I have been, like I just said seconds ago. I started this 1st of January 2024 for no particular reason other than on New Year's Day. I hadn't had any resolutions up until that point, even though I'd tried to look for them. And then suddenly I was like, la 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 la, I'm gonna make a video and upload it every single day on YouTube. I was like, yeah, cool. And then I have. And anyway, the lightness of how that arrived might have influenced how easy it's been and enjoyable it's been to maintain. But I've learned a lot. And I want to share that to you. I don't know who this video is for, by the way. Been thinking about that a lot. With my other content, and if you're new to the channel, you don't know who I am, I'm just algorithmically on your feed. Hello. I'm an ADHD coach, and I'm a human being who has ADHD. Most of the content that I've shared so far has been the things that I've learned and the things that I share with my clients that really help them. You should go check it out. It's so good. You'll love it. Go check it out now. Bye. Okay. But there I know who I'm talking to, someone who the information might help. Now, who's this for? Do you care about my journey? I don't know. Why would you? Maybe you do. And if you do, thanks. But maybe it's for me, and it's weird to talk to a direction at someone when it's, anyway, whatever. Just naming that. So, what did I learn, Jack? Why don't you tell yourself and others maybe? First of all, the first thing that was really valuable and important was that I just made it non-negotiable. And that happened quite instantly. It's a thing that I try to teach if we want things to happen. Ideally, a strategy is to just make it a non-negotiable. It's just a thing you do. For example, I always take off my clothes before I get in the shower. It's just a thing I do. I don't think about it. It's not really negotiable. I mean, I could, but I don't really entertain that thought. Anyway. So it was a non-negotiable. So it was just, no, it's a thing I have to do every day, but not in a pressure way. It's just, not even. I didn't even have to think about it like that. It's just what it was going to occur daily. So that was good. But then the next part was about how. How does that get executed, and what are my standards for that? And that's probably the most valuable journey with this has been my journey with perfectionism. Because my standards for me are up through the roof. Or at least they have been. In the last little while, most recent journey of the last year or so probably has been really recalibrating where I stand in relation to perfectionism. And this last month's journey has been a very, very, very useful final exploration of further exploration and implementation of what I've learned, and testing and putting into practice a lot of what I've discovered about perfectionism, which are things like, a lot of it's just about, you've probably heard this phrase, done is better than perfect. I talk about it a lot, great phrase, super useful, but I used to use that in myself, and I've worked on things to be okay, well, I'm trying to be perfect. Let's get rid of that. Just get it done. What I've now embraced is that done is better than perfect. If I could choose between two things and one of them was perfect, or one was done, so much better. Done is better than perfect. Perfect is actually a horrible thing, and I'm averse to it. That's so good. So if what I'm striving for is done, here's the interesting thing. It's been throwing essentially quality or standards not entirely out the window. Background noise. Dog drinking water from a bowl. Loudly. Will this make the final cut? Maybe, because then it will be done. And that will be better than perfect. That's a lot though. If it's in, it's in, and that means it's done, and that means it's better than perfect, because I have not let things like that disrupt me. which they so easily have in the past and so many times did, where I'd be like, oh, well, there's this tiny little background noise and that means I have to reshoot the entire whole thing. And no, it's fine, it's okay. Get the message out. All right, now I'm gonna let the dog out. I'll be 1 minute. Let me leave this in, probably. Yes. You're very adorable, I know. Okay. Intermission for you. Enjoy. Okay. I like this no audience not caring. This is an even extra level. This is fantastic. So at first I was like, okay, well, as long as all I have to do is get a video up, and my minimum requirements were something like, I didn't define these clearly, but at least had to be a minute and have to have some content, and I had to try. I couldn't just be like for 60 seconds, like, but that's not hard. I can talk for days. That's not really been my issue. My issue has always been allowing whatever I say to be good enough. So for a while, I was like, okay, I'll just get it done. And at the start of the year, I was rushing around. I was moving around. A lot of things were happening for me. And I was changing locations. And I was like, okay, well, I'm time poor. Let me just hold my phone and like talk to it. And that's done. That's better than perfect. Like, upload it, tick. Well done, me. And a lot of this also, I mean, I didn't know how far this was going to go or where or why. But over time, that just became what I had to do, was to, as I call it, like greasing the groove. Like, we need to just like practice the movement, the pattern again and again and again to make sure that when you come back to it, it's not all gunked up and stuck, but you're just in this nice effortless flow of, oh yeah, we now switch gears into making the video. Yes, we've prepared that and done. And I don't actually know where the description, the saying grease the groove comes from, but it is a thing, and I talk about it a lot, given that I don't know where it comes from. And yes, that's how I've been considering this, right? It's just, I need to just develop that habit, really, is what I'm saying. Through repetition, making sure that it does just become part of who I am, is a person who uploads a video every single day. So every time I did, that was my metric, that was my progress, that was, yes. Now, the next part of this was, come on, brain, it's been a big day, by the way, so. A phrase and a saying that I discovered that I found very useful, that I just kind of stumbled upon, was realizing a way that I was not negotiating with myself, but my self-talk. Part of it I found very funny. On like the first day, like day one, like 1st of January, I was like, okay, I'm doing this every day. Day two, there was a lot happening. It was a really difficult time to actually squeeze in a video when I was not in that habit. And my self-talk was along the lines of, dude, it's been one day. You can't screw up it. You can't screw it up already, kind of thing. Like, you can't, like, only one day has passed. Come on, you got to give it more time. You got to give it more time. And then I realized, then I was like, day 2 or 3, like, they were both difficult. I was like, got to do this thing now. But I can't give up now. It's only been 3 days. Like, wouldn't that be ridiculous to give up that soon? Like, I made it absurd, the premise. I was like, yeah, it would be nuts. So let's get it done then. And then I realized I can just keep doing that. I could be like, well, it's still like, it's only been 1 month. Like, you're only 1 month through the year. Like, can't miss now. Like, you're only 3 months through. You're only 6 months through the year. Like, you know, you're not even at the halfway point of the year yet. Like, and then you go, you've gone all the way, like, past halfway of the year. Like, there's less than half a year to go. You can't give up now. There's less than 3 months. There's less than a month to go. Like, come on. This helped me then. And I like it. It was nice. It was good. The next aspect I mean, I'm now at a point where like I don't feel like or whatever. I've got that tool, I've got that self-talk available if I need it. And in the meantime, yeah, I've got a habit developed and I'm enjoying it. It is just a thing so far. Touch wood. It's something I do a lot in me and my network. Fun little game. Which we do to like not jinx things, I guess, is probably the translation. So far the last little while, especially the last week, I can feel that the habit's there and it's sort of got my back now. Like it's been, 11 o'clock at night, I've had a huge day, done a huge amount of stuff. I'm like, I'm so tired and let's film the video now. Like I don't even have to think it. I'm like, all right, big day. All right, let's put the camera, it's just part of who I am now. And that's so great to see. Very happy, like, go me. And yeah, so that's that piece. Acknowledging that and making sure that I am cognizant of that development in myself and celebrate it. That reinforces, I'm very happy with a lot of the things that have come through. I'm very proud of myself also for doing it, like 1 month. Like I'm super proud. I've used tools to get there and it's still a big achievement for me. I have ADHD. I've not been consistent with a lot of things, and all of the things that came up in this month were barriers that I've like so frequently let stop and block me and sabotage me. And I didn't any of the times. And I'm thrilled. And I've learned so much that I can bring into my life, into my teaching, my work with my clients, and my coaching. It's been great. What else? So, there's one moment that was quite, whatever. We'll talk about that now, because that's how ADHD brain works. We go, and now we're here. Yes, sweet. So, if you go through, like, one thing that's been motivating me once I developed a bit of a collection was that I could look back and it would be, like, uploaded on the 31st of January, 30th, 29th, 28th, 27th, and I could go through all the way and see that record, and that was, like, the visual reinforcement, like, look, Jack, you have been doing the thing, like, get it in your, like, well done, like, see it. With ADHD, if I'm not, like, looking at it, it stops existing. It's like a object permanence, really, in a way. That's a video for the future, anyway. But if I'm not, like, looking at a thing, especially my achievements, I so frequently forget what I've done. And that's not good for self-esteem or momentum, etc. So having this list of like the dates, I've gone, yeah, like get it, girl. And that's been awesome for me. And there's one, which if you, for whatever reason, I don't know why you would, go through and you look at the 8th of January. It's like, it goes 10, 9, 8, 8, 6. Which looks like I uploaded twice on one day and missed the 7th. And in terms of when things were published, yeah, that's technically true. Because on the 7th, I got home at 11, I don't know, late, 11:20? Yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, I gotta film a thing quick. Blah. And it wasn't bad. Who knows? Whatever. I did it, and that's what matters. And then I started uploading it, and by the time I started uploading it, it was like 11:35, let's say. And YouTube had to process and pend and back-end things that I didn't know existed. That, like, I didn't need, I thought it would just be quick. Like, I'm timeline. I'm like, yeah, how long did it take? Like 3 seconds? Like, it took, like, it published probably at like 12:01 a.m. of the next day. And there are many, many versions of the world and the universe that is sufficient to really get to me, to make me feel like I failed at the thing 7 or 8 days in. Like, that was available and tempting to go there. But I didn't. Because, and yes, I had to like do some mental jujitsu to like get myself where I needed. But I technically uploaded on the 7th. So I did my goal. And in doing that, I learned a lot. I learned this whole important extra element that has then been present in every other video I've used since, which is being aware of some processing time. And a lot of my videos I've uploaded at 11:01 p.m., but I'm making sure it's out well before that, like 11:30, like my cut. Anyway, I've learned. It's valuable and I'm grateful for it. Rather than seeing it as a blip on the radar or a failure or a blemish, I'm like, oh, and that's the time that I learned that cool thing. Nice. But I'm actually doing that. And I feel really genuinely positive about that. And that's the significant part. Because it's very easy to like intellectually be like, yeah, well, I learned a thing about it at that time, and then deep inside it's like, I like go like 10th, 9th, 8, yes, 6. Like I feel a rush and a lift of it. So that's significant. There might be something in that for you. Who knows? Yes. What else? Another piece has been, I obviously have a vision for like how good this gets. And I have like me intersplicing my footage with like what's called B-reel, which is the little, you know, if someone starts swinging out a race car, then like it cuts to a car, like footage on the screen, you know. That's the stuff that makes things more engaging and interesting for you, the viewer, which I should theoretically do if I wanted. But that creates a whole extra big step that I'm not ready for in this journey. First phase for me was just getting the video done. And right at the start of the month, things in my life from the back end got like, not real, but like